Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over or reviewing another 1/6 scale figure. This is Daredevil from Hot Toys, released in 2016, and this is the Daredevil from the Netflix show. As you can see here, where it says Marvel Daredevil, you can see the Daredevil that I'm talking about in the front. Right now we're getting a good 360 view of the box. It's a very, very nice box, very red. What I like about this box though, because if you guys have noticed all the 1/6 scale figures that I've done so far, I think only one, and I think that's the Punisher one that I've did. He's the only one that I actually done that where, like for example, right here it says Daredevil. We'll go over the box here closer, but right here it says Daredevil, and right here there's Braille. Now, I'm not sure if that says Daredevil or not. I mean, I'm not, what else would it be? But that's awesome that it actually does that, you know? No other boxes I've seen do that, like I said, minus the Punisher one. So, right now that you guys got a good 360 view of the box, what we're going to do next now is we're going to press this button to make it stop spinning. Put this to the side. Put this to the side. And then we're going to get this, and we'll bring this back later. There we go. And now we can get a good view of the box here. So first things first here, let me put this straight like this. There we go. First things first, you can see Charlie Cox, his Daredevil right here with the actual Daredevil suit already. It does say Marvel right there, Daredevil. There's Braille right here. Like I said, I don't know what it says. I don't read Braille. I'm pretty sure it says Daredevil. TMS003. I don't know if that's, I'm pretty sure that's a I. 1/6 scale collectible figure by Hot Toys. This is, I don't know if this one had an exclusive or if it was a collector's edition or not. Well, this one isn't for sure, but I don't know if there was one for this character. So, let's see. Daredevil on the side again. Everything I just said, the TMS, 1/6 scale on that one. And then there's a Braille here. And then the top of it, the top of it, it says Daredevil, Marvel Daredevil, and then like a different font here, and then there's that TMS thing that I read. The bottom part, sorry, my light box is not that big. The bottom part does say Marvel and Daredevil as well, and the back part has all the Hot Toy warning labels, the copyright, where it was made, the barcode and things like that. These are not the creators. I believe the creators are on the inside. So what I mean by that is, now that we went over the outside of the box, very nice box, you slide this one off. Give me a second. Okay, nothing else in there. And you take a look at this. I do have the figure out already, that's why you don't see him. So the top and bottom of this box is actually the same as we saw earlier, because it was just a sleeve. So here are the creators of this figure. If you want to press pause and kind of go through those right there, but shout outs to all those guys that did this this figure. So the side on this one, it does say Daredevil in the different format than we've been seeing, with the TMS right there as well, and the TMS thing was right there as well. So here he is. I mean, this is the box. Let's see here. I have already, like I said, taken them out. I don't know if you guys remember from my last video, but everything that I have to do as far as, I'm sorry, there's a police guy or a police car going by. I apologize if you guys heard the siren. There we go. I'm not going to be wasting any more time. Okay, give me a second. I got to cut this because I'm going to cut him beforehand, just to save some time. That way I don't, have to put it out of the screen like that, which I know I just did right now, but I was trying to open it. So here's everything that's, with the figure. Here's the clamshell. I have the figure out already. So what we're going to do next, now that you guys seen everything of the unboxing, what we're going to do is bring the turntable back out, and we're just going to get the figure on it and just get a good 360 view of the figure. Alrighty folks, here he is, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, or just Daredevil. Getting a good 360 view of the figure, and then we'll just talk a little bit about the figure. I'm not going to go too much into detail because we're going to do the, oh, that was a close one. I just saw him tipping over. We're going to be doing the close-ups a little bit here later on, things like that. But one thing I do want to talk about this figure that I do not like right off the top, as you guys can see, is his shoulders. That's just, I've been noticing some figures when, like for example, his arms are down. Like you can't press him any more closer to his body. They're just down. So he stands like, you know, that whole, hey, you must work out. Look how wide his hands are. Like look at that. Like why are they like that? I hate that. I wish they were down like this. But no, you instead we get that whole, you must work out, walking through the gym looking all tough. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure he does work out. You know, Daredevil does work out, but man, he's not that big, you know? There's one of the biggest gripes that I have about this character. The other thing that I kind of have a gripe on is, you know, I really wish they would have gave it to where they could have included a head sculpt without the mask, without the helmet part. The only thing they included was a different, I guess, face or mouth piece. You guys see what I'm talking about later. But no, there's no way to actually take off, you know, the helmet or anything to just have him as, you know, Matt Murdock. You know, it's always going to be Daredevil. So there's a good 360 view of the figure. So what we're going to do now actually is we're going to take him off the turntable and just take a look at everything that this figure comes with. Alrighty, folks, so as you can see here, he doesn't come with quite as bit of stuff as other 1/6 scale figures, you know, come with. Like, for example, the Punisher, he came with a lot of stuff. So this one, he might look like he does, but he really doesn't. All in all, he really just comes this. And, you know, and the stand. Although this one is kind of unique. So, first and foremost, again, every single one of, you know, most, I'm not going to say every single one, but I would say 90%. Most, let's just keep it at most. Most 1/6 scale figures, they all come with instructions, you know, the do's and don'ts. Although this one is kind of weird because they show you the Braille right here, but it's not Braille actually, so why include it on there? It's not like a, you know, a person that can't see is going to be able to read what it says right there. So that was a little bit weird, but instruction booklet. This one I wasn't trying to hide, it's just I couldn't get it to, you know, to stand up like this, and if it does, it topples over. So actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get the camera and kind of point it upwards so you can get a better shot of this. But it does come with the backdrop where it says Marvel's Daredevil up top. It looks like he's on the street. It might be an alley, but it almost looks like an alley, but at the same time it doesn't, because you can actually see the street, like the middle of it, you know, where they color it yellow, or paint it, not color it. It's not like they're right there with crayons. But then you can see a whole bunch of trash cans right here. So this pretty much looks like a downtown of a Hell's Kitchen right there, which is pretty cool. You know, I like that. I'm not a big fan of this. I would have probably included like maybe a rooftop one instead, but overall I have it in the plastic because I haven't opened it yet. I don't use it. As you guys have heard me say plenty of times, that I don't use backdrops for my figures because they don't fit in my light box that I have. So moving on, he does come with an extra set of pegs like most figures do for the hands. Set that aside here. He does come, so we'll look at this hand in particular. I'm sorry, here we go. I'm sorry if I didn't do this. He does come with an extra set of pegs. We're going to look at this hand. So he comes with 6 hands in total, including the ones that he has. We'll take a look at this one because it's the one that's most open. And as you can see here, it's a nice glove from his suit, you know. I do like the textures that it's all around it. Even the paint application is very nicely done. Very nicely done. Doesn't look spotchy, doesn't look, you know, kind of just, you know, half, doesn't look like they just kind of half did it. Let's put it that way. I was about to say a curse word, I apologize. And even the paint job on here, it looks awesome. It looks like they really did a great job, paid attention to it. You can see all the details from the casting of the plastic to all where they painted it. And all what, you know, I'm pretty sure this was actually casted in all black, and they just painted the black part. So very nicely done. So this is kind of like an open, relaxed hand. This is more of kind of getting ready to grip hand right there, as you can see. Put those aside. This one's actually a very close fist one. I believe the other close fist one is on the figure, and this one actually has this one open, so you can actually, so you can actually stick his baton on there, in there, like this, like so. So I have the other one as well on the figure. Let's talk about the face plates or mask plates, the mouthpieces. He comes with this one, which is kind of like a bloody one with his mouth kind of open. I do like that you can see the 5 o'clock shadow on him. I like that. But as you can see there, the nice blood. There's, you know, there's really no, oh, this looks exactly like Charlie Cox, Cox. I mean, you can't really tell. It's just the bottom piece of his mouth, So it does come with that. I do appreciate the included two switchable ones, but I would really have rather them included like an actual head sculpt of Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock, the actor, So anyway, so moving on, you got the batons that it comes with, which these are very nicely done. You got the, from the steel pieces on the corners right there. And then right here, you can actually feel the grooves. It's all plastic, see? But you can actually feel the grooves and the texture on this. And then you got the silver pieces where it connects again, and soft, steel, not soft steel, but you can actually see where it doesn't have grooves. And then you got the grooves again, and it's still back there. So this is actually very nicely done. He comes with one that's actually just like this, the actual, it almost looks like a staff. Because then if they're small, they're actually batons, right? So this is a staff because it's a bigger one. So I don't know what you would call it. So he comes with the one where they're actually connected together. He comes with ones that are actually two pieces. And I believe these are the ones that actually go on what are they called? The holster of on his leg, where you can actually hold them, and I'll show you guys that on the figure a little bit later. So he comes with those, and these I'm not showing close-ups of it because it was exactly like that one. They just taken apart, and these don't actually. I'm sorry, these do look at them. So they're exactly like that one. We're not going to go over the paint detail or anything on them. They do not come together in any way, shape, or form. They're just meant for you to put on the Jesus, I forgot the name of it again. The carrying case of him, where they're supposed to be on the figure. Carrying case, that's not what you'd call them. The holster. The holster for guns aren't. Anyway, and the last thing it comes with is a pair with like a metal wire between them. Although I don't know if this is real metal or not. I don't know if it's string. It feels like metal wire. I don't want to push my luck on trying to really see what it is. I don't use this one because I feel like this one would be the one where he'd be like, jumping off a rooftop, and throwing it to grab onto something. So I don't really use this one, considering the fact that on the stand themselves, they didn't send a dynamic stand. They send the one that goes between the crotch. So, again, same exact as the other ones, except this one has a little metal wire in between. Last thing we're going to talk about here is the stands that it come with. So this stand is very unique as to the other ones. So what I mean by that, this one comes with, again, like most 1/6 scale figures, rectangular one. This one kind of looks like a sidewalk here with the little bit of, the texturing right here. You can actually tell where it's actually textured, and this is kind of really smooth right here. But this looks like a sidewalk, maybe a rooftop. I don't know. I actually had the same problem with the different figure. I didn't know what it was. I mean, as you can see here, I actually still have the plastic over it, and this one actually does say Daredevil. I believe the Punisher one as well said Daredevil, so at least this one actually makes sense, right? And then the bottom part says Hot Toys 2017, Hot Toys Limited, all rights reserved. And then the other thing that I actually wanted to talk about was that this piece right here, this doesn't connect to anything at all whatsoever on the base, but it's meant to be an extra part of it. So when the figure's standing up, he can actually have some background to it. Like, this is so amazing. But at the same time, like, you would think if they included this. So, okay, so this is just another plastic hollow piece that actually matches the same size as the stand here and width of it. Height, width, everything. It's just not as same, it's not as wide. The one thing that it comes with here is like a little backdrop. They got the bricks right there with the concrete on the ground, and then you got maybe like a sewer right here and some pipes coming up. This is just molded plastic. It's hard plastic, nothing to it, kind of rudimentary, meaning there's really nothing to it. The paint job's not the best, but it's okay. Now this actually just sits on this, doesn't connect in any way, shape, or form, and then actually goes behind this stand like this. You got the extra stuff. Now, my biggest gripe with this itself is that they included this to go with the backdrop, because the backdrop, let me pull this back a little bit. The backdrop wouldn't make sense with this, because if you have it like this, why would there be pipes sticking out of the street? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's either you use the backdrop without this, here, hold on, like this, or you use, you take the backdrop completely out of it. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry, I just hit the light box. Or you completely take out the backdrop and just use it like this. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think this idea is awesome. I use this with my figure in the display stand, but I just don't know why they would include that backdrop to go with this. If you know, it could have been so much more dynamic to have a backdrop where this could be included, and it would look that much better. So let me know what you guys think about that. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. But for now, this is everything that the figure comes with. What we're going to do next now is get the figure and take a closer look. Alrighty, folks, so here he is, Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, or Daredevil, because he's in the Daredevil suit, aka Matt Murdock. First things first, we're going to talk about how I don't like his shoulders again. I hate this thing right here, how they're so wide. I try to do everything to make them go down, but it's just, that's not it with this figure. So anyway, getting a good, not close up, but getting up close, more with this figure. Let's move this a little bit more this way. There we go. Centered it off for a little bit. Yeah. So the top of it, his head. I mean, the head sculpt's nice. It's Daredevil. I like that. The top of it. It's nice. It's really like a satin color. It's shiny, and then you got the piece down here by the neck and his ears, where it's actually like a matte black, and it's actually covering. Because this is actually hard plastic, and this would be soft for the figure itself, not like that character, not actual figure. So you got the shininess or the shiny red on the eyes, and then you got the actual the mouthpiece here. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. You got the shininess in the eyes right there, and then you got the mouthpiece. And I apologize. I was actually looking at the figure without looking at it through the camera. That's why I did that. So you got the shininess in the red eyes, the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece is actually nice. I like the 5 o'clock shadow. And then the rest of the suit, I mean, unfortunately, there's really not much to say about this figure as this, and that. I mean, the suit is just, it's all one piece. And so we're just going to have to look at the suit as a one-piece suit where it's very nicely textured. The red has kind of like this texture to it. I don't know if you guys can tell. Here, let me see if I can get there we go. That red has a good texture to it all around it. And then the black is just kind of like has its own texture to it, actually. You can tell. Excuse me. The unfortunate part about this figure is that we won't actually go over everything because there's really not much to look at. It's just like a one-piece suit to him, I mean, the original Daredevil, he's just wearing like a onesie type of thing, which is kind of bad. The one thing that actually kind of upset that they didn't include was spare ones of these. The little silver things. I'm afraid this one's going to fall out, and once they fall out, if you don't find them, you're done for. One thing that I've been looking at with this figure is his boots. These are the same boots that we've been looking at for the last couple characters. The Punisher has it. I believe... Who was it else? Deadshot has these same boots as well. And as a matter of fact, we're going to do a comparison later on with the Punisher to see if he actually does have those same boots. Because those are... I've been seeing those a lot. So, yeah, this figure's... He looks very, very nice. Don't get me wrong. Daredevil is amazing. The show is amazing. But this figure looks like they just kind of rushed him and put him out there, And I don't like that. I really don't. It's cool to have him, but just like, dang, I wish they would have done a lot better. This is what I was talking about earlier with his batons where they go. Are they called... Is it here? I'm sorry. I was looking for the baton itself. Now, is it called a holster for the batons, or is it just called a carry for the batons? All I do is you just going like that. See? So I don't know what that's called. That's why I don't know what to call him. I'm just gonna call him holster for batons. So other than that, I mean, this character, it looks cool. Let me know what you guys really think. I think it's just kind of plain, which is unfortunate. I mean, there's really a lot to look at as far as the stuff on the character. I mean, the suit on it, like this, the little red things right here. Then there's more black, and then how it switches up. He has a kind of shoulder pads up here a little bit. There's really a lot to look at, but overall, it's just kind of like it's a samey thing, And I don't know. It's kind of not much to talk about. Excuse me. I'm getting a little bit of a heartburn a little bit. I apologize. So, yeah, there he is. So what we're going to do next now is go over this figure's articulation. Alrighty, folks. So before we go over this figure's articulation, because it was a figure that I don't really have much to talk about, I almost skipped on doing the tape measure on him. He stands 11 7/8. Yeah, we'll call it 11 7/8. Which is nice actually for a figure. So, okay. So doing the, we'll start from top to bottom. We'll do the articulation. Now he doesn't have any movement at the neck here. You see that? Is it just me? No. I'm not going to push it. Maybe it's stuck or something. But as far as I can tell, there's no movement at the neck whatsoever. There's no movement up or down at the neck whatsoever. Actually, there we go. I just got it to move a little bit. So there is up and down. Wow, that was a little scary. I thought I just broke it. So it goes back to about there. There we go. And then it goes down to about there. Now, side to side. Oh, I just got it to move. Okay, I thought it was stuck. Whew. He does have a 360 turn. Okay, it's at a ball point. There's a peg there, but it's just this stuff right here on him really hinders its movement. Wow, that was scary. I think I almost thought I broke it. So, whew. Okay, so this is actually, it's cool right here. It's actually kind of rubbery right here. You can actually feel it on the chest. Anyway, so okay, so I do believe there's a 360 turn. There's no butterfly joint. Obviously, you can't do a 360 turn. It's either it goes up or down a little bit, because this suit really hinders this figure's movement. So as far as going forward, you have to really be careful. And I'm gonna call it straight arm right about there, because you can see the stretchiness of the suit already right here, which really sucks. As far as going back. Look, it's actually, you can actually tell almost, you can actually tell with this lens, but you can see the stretchiness of it right there. And this figure only goes back to about there. Now, as far as going to the side, he has a little bit better, but not much. Like, I'm saying here, I'm saying there. Why? Because you can actually make it go up to right there, but once you let it go, it goes back down. So right there is his, you know, the top of it. There is movement. You can actually feel the movement of the bicep, but obviously you don't get much. I mean, you go to about there, and then you go to about there, and that's about it. As far as the elbow, he does have a double bend, but it won't go that much. It does have a double bend at the elbow. So this figure is actually not bad as far as the suit he has, because the suit won't actually crease it too bad. And once, after a while of just being at the museum pose, it'll get back to normal. So let's see, the wrist. He does have the 360 and the up and down because there's a ball peg there. As far as the torso goes, oh, he has a little bit of movement at the torso. Look at that. Good. So he does have where you can go, you know, forward to about there. He goes back to about there, and then it looks like there's a ball peg or a peg there. So a ball joint. There we go. A ball joint at the torso. Now, as far as the waist goes, there is no movement. I mean, there's a little bit of play there, but like no movement. It's not like you can turn it and look like. If I turn it right there, it just goes back to normal. So there's really no movement whatsoever at the waist. Yeah, there's none. So as far as the legs go, I gotta be real careful with this. So let's go, you know, with this one. This one goes to about there, going back. I believe because the little buttocks, it's actually hindering it from going any further. And going forward, I'm gonna call it to, God. Oh, the camera almost fell, I apologize. I want to say to about there. You can actually make it go further, as you can see here, but once you let it go, it goes back down. So right there is where it goes. There we go. To the side, there's not much. There we go. To about there, sideways. And you can go further than that, but once you let go, it goes back to that spot where I was telling you where the furthest it goes. Now, I do believe there is actually movement at the thigh. So it goes to about there, and then it goes to about there. As you can see, the pants and the suit is really hindering the movement. I do believe there is a double bend at the knee, and we're going to call it to about there because I already started hearing the pants kind of really stretching. So let's call it to about there. And then finally, the ankle, actually there's a ball joint there. So this is actually a part of the boot, but it's actually not connected. Like I believe the Joker, it's actually one piece. So if you want to move it, you know, there's not much movement to it. This one you kind of lift up, and you got this sideways this way, this sideways this way. It goes down to about there, and I think it's the Punisher one actually. So there we go. I'm gonna bring this back down, There he is. That's as far as the. Okay. That's all he has for as far as articulation. Let me stand him up there. There we go. So what we're going to do next now is bring out a figure and do some comparison. Alrighty, folks. So as far as comparisons, here's Daredevil. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring him to the side to about there. We'll do it right there. And we're going to bring out Punisher. Give me 1 second. My mom's watched both the season 1 through 3 of Daredevil, and she's watched season 1 and 2 of the Punisher. And it's funny because she calls punishment, or I'm sorry, she calls the Punisher punishment, like MENT at the end. For some reason, I have no idea why. But sorry, I was just kind of fixing his leg a little bit. But there he is. There's Daredevil, and there's Punisher right next to each other from season 2 of Daredevil, not Punisher. This is another one of them examples where it's great to have these both figures together right here. Let me move this a little bit more. Why? Because there's a lot of figures that I've done reviews for and that I have, like, take for example the Arkham Asylum Joker that I have is right next to the Belle-Reve, however you want to say, Prisoner Harley Quinn. Now those two together, they look nice, but they were never together, so to say, in the same scene. Then I got the tuxedo, Joker and the dancing Joker with the Batman from Suicide Squad. Now, having them together like that, it looks amazing because they're both, dressed nicely. But then again, tuxedo Joker was never with dancing Harley Quinn in the same scene. The only way, I think Batman was in the scene with her dancing. And then the last one, it would be, the Joker in the purple coat that I did in Harley Quinn with Deadshot. That purple coat Joker and that Harley Quinn were never in the same shot, only Deadshot and Harley Quinn was, which when I put, Joker, I'm sorry, when I put Deadshot and Harley Quinn in that same shot, it looked amazing because we actually got to see them on screen in those outfits like these two. Now we get to see the Marvel Daredevil, Marvel Punisher in the same suits in the scene that they were together. This is maybe towards the last of the scene of season 2 when he's fighting, like those zombie looking things. I don't really want to put it out there like that much, but he's on a different rooftop and he's just shooting them, and he's already running this, so let me know what you guys think about this. This is an amazing look right here for both of them. You got Punisher and you got the Daredevil. One thing that I'm not too sure if it's accurate or not to the show, I'm not too sure for the comics either. I don't know if Punisher is actually taller than Daredevil, and I'm not sure if John Bernthal is taller than Charlie Cox. So I don't know. You guys can't really tell much from the camera here, but let me put it up. There you go. You can tell a lot better now. You guys are seeing what I'm seeing. He is pretty taller than him. Charlie Cox comes up to John Bernthal right about here, like this forehead right there. He still has that much to go. So, yeah. So I don't know about if that's accurate or not. Last thing we're going to go over are the boots here. Tell me or not that they're not the same exact boots. Okay, maybe not. Wow, I just kind of ate my words right there. Yeah, they're pretty much made the same, but they're not the exact same. I really ate my words right there. You can see... No, because I was saying that because they both have zippers on the inner side of them, so that's why I was calling them the same, but they're not. They're completely different. So I'll eat my words. I'll take that as a man. So, well, yeah. Alrighty, folks. So there he is one last time. Daredevil from Hot Toys, released in 2017. I think I said 16 earlier, but it was actually, he's released in 2017 from the Netflix show. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys like the video, please like and share it. If you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe and also hit the notification bell. One thing that I do ask is if you guys watch my videos, please watch them all the way through. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. When you don't watch them all the way through and or skip through the video, YouTube thinks the video is not good, so they don't circulate it as much. So please, if you guys do watch the videos, please watch them all the way through. For those that have been doing that, thank you very, very much. I do appreciate your support and you guys doing that. If you guys want an inside scoop before YouTube, I have an Instagram. Head over there, give me a follow. I drop pictures of videos I'm going to be posting next. So for example, this coming what's today? Today's Monday that I'm recording this. So this coming Wednesday. You guys, if you guys head over to my Instagram, you're gonna see the video I'm gonna be dropping on Wednesday. It'll be like a picture of it. It'll kind of like a sneak peek. So if you guys want a inside scoop or a sneak peek before YouTube, head over there, give me a follow. I'd appreciate it. Now, with all that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.